Okay, the DOF save here at Paris FC, and for the first time in the save, I think I am asking questions about our manager, Guti. But before we ask those questions, we've got a cup final to go and play, so make sense of that. Come on. Hello, welcome back to the DOF save, the Paris FC DOF save, where we finished another season in the French top flight, where we're trying to topple PSG. But actually, they didn't even win the league this year. We have finished 5th, which is why I talked about in the intro there about the fact that I may have questions about our manager, Guti, especially in the context that PSG have had an off season. And were we there to take advantage? No, we weren't even close. We finished 5th. We finished outside of those Champions League places. We have finished way behind the eventual winners, AS Monaco. We've had this whole save thinking about we need to try and get one over PSG, try and win the league and try and beat PSG. And actually, Monaco have gone and done it. Monaco, with their manager, who is Adi Hütter, has gone in and actually managed to do it. 82 points for them, 81 for PSG. We are way down on 62 points. Is that actually, how many worse is that than last season? We finished on 67 last season, 62 this time. We finished 2 places lower than last season, way down in 5th. It will be the Europa League for us next year. And that begs the question, as I referenced before, is Guti the right man to be leading us at this stage? We were so enamoured with him earlier on in the save. We thought he was brilliant. He led us to that 3rd place finish. But a few questions began to be asked in the comment section of last video and just by myself as I was playing through this season here. He's good. He's solid. But is he lacking a little bit? Tactical knowledge of 13. Judging player ability and potential is this maybe a little bit low. He has really good people management and motivating, which are really important factors for a manager. But it has led me to start making a little bit of a shortlist for a new manager. Now, let me show you how the season has gone and also give you the context that maybe saves him a little bit in that we have made a cup final. We are going to be playing Nice in the French Cup final. If he wins this, does that save his job? I'm really once again asking for your feedback on this. What do we do if he wins this cup final? Is this a brilliant farewell for him and then we appoint somebody else? Is there even a good candidate that could take over from him? We're going to play this today and find out whether that changes our minds a little bit. Let me show you how the season has gone then, with our results from January onwards, which is where we were in the last episode, wasn't it? We were around about this point here where we were going into Jan. We had that amazing Champions League run where we did go through straight away to the round of 16. We bypassed that playoff round. We eventually did lose in the round of 16 to Frankfurt, which is that a bit of a rubbish way to go out? We drew 1-1 away from home and then lost 4-1 to them at home. Does Guti have it in him to lead our team in the big matches? A 4-1 loss at home when, I mean, they only had 5 shots on target and they only had 7 shots on target and scored 4. We only had 5 shots on target at home. We were kind of just smashed by them. In fact, the goal at the end from João Rego was a little bit of a consolation from us. There's the starting 11 you can see. It's pretty much what you would expect. And Soki is the left back rather than Parente is one of the changes he's been making. Something to show you as well. I want to just, whilst we're here, we finished the season with a brilliant 5-0 win. We finished the league campaign with a brilliant 5-0 win. I've noticed that Guti's been playing Isak Johannesson as a left back, which I quite like as an idea. He's got most of the attributes you would expect for him to play left back, but just an interesting thing that he's being quite radical with his choices and where he's playing players, and I quite liked it as an idea. Anyway, it worked in this game because we won 5-0 away from home. Bargi got a couple, Kusiasari got one. He scored actually from left back, the opening goal in that one. Just to have a look at the results from January onwards. January was really, really good. We won all of our, we didn't lose in any of our games here. We drew to Lille 3-3, 0-0 with Montpellier is a bit disappointing. Here's our progression through the French Cup. Look, beating Montpellier in the cup game after drawing to them in the league. We beat Strasbourg. In the league, we did lose 4-1 to Marseille away from home. We did lose 2-1 to Monaco at home. That was after a red card though, so maybe extenuating circumstances for that. And of course, Monaco are good. They did go and win the league, as has actually really annoyed me because, if PSG don't win the league, you want to be the team that's winning it, right? Are they going to have an off season again? I don't know. It's going to be one of those that we're going to have to just hope that it does happen again. Couple of good wins, a loss at home to Lens, maybe too many home losses, maybe too many red cards, and Sockie sent off early in this one, and then a 3-1 loss by the end of it. We did then have that exit of the Champions League after that even, and this might be the low point of the entire season. A 3-1 loss to Clermont. Clermont finished 13th. They're not that rubbish of a team, but we shouldn't be losing to them. If we have the grand aspirations that we do have, losing to them is a little bit of a kick in the teeth, isn't it? 3-1 away from home. And then actually, to finish off the season, we've been in fantastic form. Just one loss in there. And that was, of course, to PSG. We still, I don't think in this save, I still don't think we've beaten them, have we? They are just too good. Look at their team, though. This is why they're too good. They've got Xavi Simons back now in this particular save after he's got like buybacks and stuff. He's at Leipzig before that. He's fantastic. Look at the rest of the team, though. Mbappe is very much still there. Plays from the left-hand side. Colin Mouani was leading the line in this one. Asensio's still there. It's quite... They haven't actually signed that many people. They signed this Shotard, who's really good on FM. One that if we'd maybe got him a little bit earlier, could have been great for us, but they signed him for 51 million from Porto. He went there from Montpellier. But yeah, there's our team. We just don't beat them very often. But we did win most of the other games. Some really big ones in there too as well. Beating Lyon 5-1. Rennes 5-0 we looked at. Stade de Reims 4-0, which is also brilliant. Even with another red card. I think we might have had the most red cards in the league. I'm going to assume we did. I want to actually check that because I do like looking at these player stats. Red cards on... What's my best way of doing this? If I go to here, I can probably put it in, can't I? Okay, so we actually had the second most. We did, well, the joint first, to be honest, with Metz. 5 red cards over the course of the season. I think I've actually shown you most of those in today's video already, haven't I? But yeah, maybe discipline is a slight issue. What's Guti's actual discipline? I don't know if this affects it, but what is his level of discipline? Is only 10. Maybe that affects it. I don't really know. Maybe they don't feel like they're going to get in trouble if they get these red cards. Either way, I am, as I mentioned, having questions about Guti. We are going to, in today's video, play the French Cup final, or when I say play it, we're going to go and watch Guti play it. We're going to go with watching man to this cup final at the Stade de France. And we're going to talk about a potential replacement for Guti. I'm going to show you the options. I'm going to ask you to feed back in the comment section, please. And also maybe even go to the Claytrions and ask for your advice. Maybe even do a vote if there is some candidates that we like the look of. I have created a staff shortlist. I have called it the Manager Shortlist 2028. And if I show you using my view here, which is my Manager Shortlist view, we can have a look at some of the key credentials that might give us a bit of a decision to make over Guti's future. These are the guys that I have found that are currently free agents and are currently interested in joining us as a manager. Now, actually, I should really just say, now some of them are interested to come in technically and be our assistant manager. Some of them I have identified as being realistic type manager options that we would probably need to use the in-game editor to actually make our assistant manager to make this series work. But we can have a conversation about that if we think any of these are good. To show you the ones that are actually interested to come in and be an assistant manager and we wouldn't have to use the editor are Vincent Kompany, who is wanted at the moment by QPR and a couple of French teams. So that kind of fits, doesn't it? He plays a 4-3-3. His attributes maybe not quite as good. He's got great motivating. Tactical knowledge is not very good, really, at 11. Danny Royal, who is, I think, probably the best candidate, but not necessarily the biggest name. But does play a 4-2-3-1, has been a manager at Sheffield Wednesday, has been the Germany assistant manager, and has also been the assistant manager at Bayern Munich. Is it time to give him a chance as our manager? He's got pretty good tactical knowledge at 16. The other attributes for a manager, not amazing, but perhaps the best of the options. And then there are a couple of big names that maybe we just need to consider. Cristiano Ronaldo would actually be interested in joining us as an assistant manager. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He's never been a manager before. This is straight after he's retired from being a player for Al Nassr 3 years ago. He's not had a role since then, but he would be interested in becoming a manager. His perfectionist personality, motivating's okay. The other attributes are a bit average. I don't know. I don't know about Cristiano Ronaldo. The last one, though, is Fernando Torres, who has been a manager. So this maybe gives him a little bit more of a pedigree here. He was the Watford manager. If we go to his milestones, he was sacked due to their poor league position. Is that Is that a bit worrying? He was the caretaker manager at Atletico Madrid as well for a very short amount of time, for about 11 days there. Watford hired him, then they sacked him. I believe this was in the... it was in the Championship, I want to say. Yeah, it was in the Championship rather than in the Premier League. He did win a FA Cup third round game against Ipswich and then did also get knocked out by Coventry in the Carabao Cup. I'm not sure, which is why I have also included a couple of managers that are currently out of work and are, I think, realistic for this. The first of which, do I put him forward as maybe the first choice? Gennaro Gattuso. He is most recently the manager, or was most recently the manager at Nice, where he was also not particularly good. He did, if we go to his milestones here, was sacked due to their poor league position. He did also, I think before that, manage Torino and Marseille. I think he might be the best choice here. We would need to add the in-game editor to bring him in because he's not actually interested in becoming our assistant manager, which makes sense, but it's one of the parts of this save. But I wonder, we kind of did that in the past with Will Still, didn't we, to make him the Spurs manager? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this one. The other options to go with him are Iraola, the former, or the Bournemouth manager in real life. He was Bilbao manager in the game here. Quite like him. Good young manager, only 45. Attributes aren't quite as good as Gattuso's, and also plays a 4-3-3 rather than a 4-2-3-1. But we aren't welded to the 4-2-3-1 necessarily, are we? So maybe someone to consider. Vince and company we looked at. Thiago Motta is the last one. And I'm intrigued by Thiago Motta because I think he's quite good in real life. I think he's got quite a nice, high, rising reputation as a young manager. And also, he does have history with Paris, being a PSG player. Now he becomes the Paris FC manager, can go and win the league with them. I kind of see it. His attributes are okay without being amazing. They are probably slightly better than Guti's though, which is maybe all we need to consider right now. And I think that is just about it for our manager shortlist. If I do go to show you on here, there are of course other managers that we could consider. I'll show you this list a little bit now, just in case anyone jumps out to you and you think they should be an actual viable option, like Martí Cifuentes, who is the QPR manager in real life. There's people like Gasperini, not a bad shout. I mean, Simeone and Eddie Howe are on here, Conte on here, Ten Hag's on here, Guardiola's on here, but I just don't quite think that one's realistic, is it? Although he hasn't actually got a job at the moment. He's wanted by Newcastle and PSG. I mean, he's probably going to go to PSG, isn't he? Who is the PSG manager right now? Because maybe that's something to consider. Just in case, if Guardiola takes over and they sack nobody is their manager. Who have they just sacked then? Diego Simeone. Now, that does mean he is unemployed. Is this one ridiculous? Like listen to the narrative that I'm going to spin to you here. A wounded and angry Diego Simeone, after being sacked by Paris Saint-Germain, takes over at Paris FC in a bid to gain revenge on his city compatriots. Do you see what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Is this one maybe we could use the editor to go and bring in and say, do you know what? There's a storyline there. Or is it a little bit unrealistic for you? Diego Simeone does play a 4-2-3-1, is an excellent choice as a manager, if a little bit defensive, but I kind of see it as an option. I don't know. Let me know what you think of that one. I'm going to put that out there and let me know in the comments what you think. Those are my managerial suggestions. Those are the people I'm putting forward. However, I do very much want your feedback on this one. And Claytrons, if you are a Patreon member, I may be coming to you soon to put forward a vote for our new manager. I suppose all of that also does come down to whether we are going to remove Guti from his post. He's finished outside the Champions League. It would maybe be a little bit harsh. We do have a Europa League run to go for next year. And also, we do have this League Cup final to go and play. Let's find out how he does in the final by going to play that now and maybe chat about it. And I want to hear from you guys on this one. Let's go and play this cup final and then maybe we'll make a decision. Come on. Okay, let's put thoughts of manager replacements on the back burner for a second because there is a cup final for us to hopefully go and win. The teams they're warming up. Here we go. Let's find out what Guti's team selection is. We are in great form, as you can see. Oh, he has gone for Johannesson as the left back once again. Now, I did actually check this. This is because there is an injury to Diego Parente. It's 4-4-2 for Nice. Moffi and Laborde up front. A nice strike force there, actually. Here we go. There's Guti in his tracksuit manager, as we said before. It looks like he's cut his hair, which is interesting, isn't it? Let's just take in this team selection before we actually continue here. Let's pop a pause on. It is Lafont in goal, so he hasn't gone with the cup goalkeeper, which is Rest. I think he's played a few times this year. Tobias is the right back. Still unbelievably impressed with Vinicius Tobias at right back, by the way. Really, really solid. Yoro and Silla are the best two centre backs. Silla is the captain. Johannesson as the left back. Not sure about these downward arrows, but I like it. It's a fun thing playing him at left back. It would be him or it would be Nsoki starting left back. Nsoki's not fully fit, as you can see here. There's the injury for Parente. He has made the bench, but he's got an orange injury on him. In midfield, it's Telehovsky, who I really like, actually. He had that broken leg, but is back from that now, alongside Andy Diouf. Naipan plays in the number 10. Bargi on the right, Rego on the left, and then Krupi as the striker. Martial is injured, but it is Krupi over Kusiasari, who has played a lot of games recently and scored a lot of goals. His value's jumped right up, by the way. I do think we are pretty set for strikers. Are they moving the needle enough as strikers? Is that where I need to try and bring players in? I don't know. I didn't do any transfer business in January. I held off thinking, I don't really know who to buy. There's no one obvious that was on the market. I'm still looking at Zaire Emery for the summer. He has got that... he's on that loan at Bayer Leverkusen. When he comes back, I'm wondering if we could maybe pick him up. His value stayed at under 20 million. So if he was to be available in the summer, he might be one that we would try and pick up. Anyway, let's concentrate on this final here as we have the first highlight. It said we were in the groove there. It's João Rego's corner. Lenny Yoro has gone for a bicycle kick there, which has flown just wide, but I like it. Ambitious from our centre-back. He's like 6'6", isn't he? He's going for bicycle kicks in the box. I'm into it. Just looking at this Nice team, by the way, they do have Tadibo still at the back. They've still got Kefren Turam. They've got Miepiu, who was that left-sided centre-back who can play left-back that we did have a look at in the summer as a potential signing, as they go very close to scoring the opening goal. They've hit the bar. Leave rubbish, defenders. Leave rubbish. Here's Johannesson. He's gone pretty close for us as well there. Our left back, or our centre midfielder turned left back. We've had all of the shots according to the stats. We did see that one shot or header from Nice go. They've probably gone closest as they hit the bar there. Punted forward. Here's Junior Krupi. Out wide to João Rego. Maybe our star man. Naipan. João Rego. Naipan. This is good football. There's a man over in Tobias Krupi. That is beautiful, beautiful football. The offside flag. Well, they're going to check VAR. The offside flag is not up, as I thought it might be. The referee is going to check for the offside, though. This could be the opening goal, and it is the opening goal. Just before half-time, we are on our way to win some silverware. It's actually a lovely goal. There's Tobias. I love him. I really recommend him. In your saves, check him out as a right-back. If he's available, honestly, I couldn't say any more positive things about him. There you go. Like 1 assist, average rating of 8.1 now in this first half. Really, really good right back. And that was a really good half, actually. Pretty solid. Just 2 shots from Nice. A yellow card for Miepiu, who we did talk about just before. Straight back into it. Let's keep an eye on if there are going to be any changes from Guti. Does him winning this, does that change our decision? He's won silverware. His first cup. That is significant, isn't it? If he wins this, that's a nice bit of play. As Juve takes that, what has happened there? I was going to say nice play, but João Rego ran away from the ball. Do you remember that Mo Salah clip where he sprints away from the ball? It was a bit like that. He's lost the ball again there. I mean, this isn't a vintage performance. Considering we won our last couple of games, I think we scored 5 in the last 2. Nice have had highlights. Here they go again. Guavia's just going to run forever. And it's a good save from Alban Lafont. Lafont, who still hasn't made his French debut, but is in the national team. But I think he's 3rd choice in behind. I remember who first choice keeper is. I assume it's not Lloris anymore. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. Chevalier was backup, and then he was 3rd choice. But maybe, just maybe, he'll get that call up and get that appearance at some point soon. Nice on the attack here. That's an effort from Guavia. Guavia's been their main threat, I would say, from this right-hand side. Any subs from our man Guti? Not yet. He's keeping his powder dry for now. Naipan looks a bit tired. Johannesson looks a little bit tired at left back. Jalrego's not playing great with that 6.4, probably because when he just ran away from the ball just before, has brought that rating down. 35 minutes to play. It is still on a knife edge, unless we can get a goal here. Bargi out to Tobias, the man of the moment. Oh, there we go. Tell you what, 2 assists from Vinicius Tobias and Rooney Bargi, our new signing at the start of the season, the latest new player that we've brought in, has scored the second, and that is breathing space. That just might be enough to make sure we win this trophy today. I told you I like this Tobias. It's a good finish on his left foot as well from Rooney Bargi. Smashed in past the keeper. That should be enough. Is he going to make changes now? Still no subs as we approach the last 15 minutes. Okay, he's going very Pep Guardiola here, is Guti. He's not going to make any changes, it would seem. Nice have the ball for this highlight. Tadibo into Andre Silva. That's a good ball for Diop. Could get... Okay, it's a poor finish. They have made a sub. It is Nsokyon at left back for Johannesson. The centre back who can play left back. He's played a lot of games at left back here. Is going to replace him. Any other changes? I think that might have been Kusiasari onto the pitch. If I did, yeah, he was on the pitch. Krupi's maybe gone back to number 10. Kusiasari is on. Here's Rooney Bargi. He's zoom back in a bit. Here's Krupi. Here's Kusiasari. He's definitely on the pitch. Rooney Bargi assists 3-0. This is going to be us winning a cup. A little bit of silverware for Guti. And a 5th place finish. And a cup win. Does that buy him another season? Or is it time to be ruthless and see it as a really nice farewell game? Leave on a high for Guti. Go and get yourself another job. Or is that really, really harsh? I don't know. Honestly, I'm very much undecided. I'm going to wait and see what you guys say in the comments of today's video, because I think there's a real decision to be made. There's possibly another goal here. Terra Moffi has put the ball in the net and sprinted back to the centre circle there. The goal has been given. They're going to maybe make a bit of a late show. Did you see the way he sprinted back to the circle there? Can they make a really late comeback? I would hope not. There's only 4 minutes added on, and we've played a minute of it. They do have the ball here, though. Yoro has missed it. Andre Silva's in behind. They're going to make a go of this. Andre Silva has made it 3-2. Okay, if Guti loses it from here, maybe that is worthy of sacking him. There are 3 minutes of added time to play. Lenny Yoro's defending was not good there. I'm going to skip this and get straight back into this. If there's another highlight, I'm going to be worried. Okay, there's not. There's not. Do not panic, because Paris FC have won their first bit of silverware in this save. Did we win the league as we came up? I think we did, didn't we? First cup win. Either way, it's going to be, I think that is, I'm not sure. It looks like Nsokyon, but it might be, who's the other sense? Silla. He's going to lift the trophy for us, the captain there. I assume it's him, isn't it? We have won the French Cup. Congratulations to Guti and the team. Is that, though? There he is, look. He looks kind of happy as they raise the trophy. Is that going to be his last game in charge? You are going to have to let me know in the comments of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. We will leave it there for today. Let's talk transfers. Let's talk future. Let's make a decision based on what you guys say in the comments. As you come back for the next episode, it might well be a new manager in charge. Or maybe it won't. You're going to have to come back to find out, aren't you? Have a lovely rest of your day. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Leave a like if you did enjoy today's video, if you're enjoying the series. But most importantly, have a lovely rest of your day. I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye. Get in.